Did you check your bank account today and find an unexpected deposit from the Social Security Administration? Are you one of the millions of Americans who just received a surprise payment of up to $5,700 in back pay that you didn't even know you were owed? If you're scratching your head wondering what this mysterious deposit is all about, you're not alone, and you're in the right place to get answers. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell because we're constantly bringing you the latest updates on Social Security, Medicare, and financial benefits that could put real money back in your pocket. We break down complex government programs into simple, actionable information that you can actually use. What we're seeing right now is absolutely unprecedented in the world of Social Security Administration payments. Millions of beneficiaries across the country are reporting surprise deposits ranging from a few $100s to as much as $5,700 appearing in their accounts without any prior notification. The Social Security Administration has confirmed that these are legitimate back pay adjustments, but the question everyone's asking is why now, and why without warning? The answer lies in a massive administrative correction that the SSA has been working on behind the scenes for the past 18 months. Have you ever wondered what happens when the government makes calculation errors on millions of Social Security accounts? Well, we're seeing the answer play out in real time. The SSA discovered systematic errors in their benefit calculations that affected payments dating back to 2019. And rather than sending out millions of confusing letters explaining complex adjustments, they decided to simply correct the payments and deposit the difference directly into beneficiaries' accounts. These surprise payments are hitting different groups of Social Security recipients, but the largest amounts are going to people who experienced specific life changes between 2019 and 2023 that weren't properly reflected in their benefit calculations. Are you someone who got married, divorced, or became widowed during this period? Did you have changes in your work status or income that should have affected your Social Security benefits? If so, you might be one of the people receiving these substantial back pay deposits. The $5,700 figure that's making headlines represents the maximum adjustment some recipients are seeing, but the average payment appears to be around $2,100. Why such a wide range? The amount you receive depends on several factors, including how long the error affected your payments, your benefit level, and the specific type of miscalculation that occurred in your case. Some people are receiving payments for just a few months of corrections, while others are getting adjustments that span several years. One of the most common scenarios leading to these back pay deposits involves the SSA's handling of cost of living adjustments, or COLAs. Did you know that the Social Security Administration's computer systems sometimes fail to properly apply COLA increases to certain categories of beneficiaries? This technical glitch meant that some people were receiving lower monthly payments than they were entitled to, sometimes for years. The recent surge in surprise payments is largely the result of the SSA finally correcting these systematic underpayments. Another major category of recipients includes people who were affected by the SSA's mishandling of Medicare premium deductions. Are you enrolled in Medicare Part B? And have you noticed fluctuations in how much is deducted from your Social Security check? The SSA discovered that their systems were incorrectly calculating Medicare premium deductions for certain beneficiaries, particularly those who had changes in their Medicare coverage or who qualified for low-income subsidies. The result was that some people were having too much deducted from their Social Security checks, while others weren't having enough deducted, creating overpayments and underpayments that needed to be corrected. Disability beneficiaries are also seeing significant surprise payments as part of this massive correction effort. The SSA's handling of disability benefit calculations proved to be particularly problematic, especially for people whose disability status changed or who transitioned between different types of Social Security benefits. Have you transitioned from Social Security disability insurance to regular retirement benefits? Did you have changes in your disability determination that should have affected your payment amount? These transitions often involved complex calculations that the SSA's systems handled incorrectly, leading to years of underpayments that are now being corrected with these lump sum deposits. What makes this situation particularly unusual is the SSA's decision to handle these corrections quietly, without the typical advance notification that beneficiaries usually receive for payment changes. Normally, if the Social Security Administration is going to change your benefit amount, you receive a letter explaining the change at least 30 days in advance. But in this case, the SSA determined that the administrative burden of sending out millions of individual letters explaining complex historical adjustments would be more confusing than helpful. Instead, They're relying on beneficiaries to contact them if they have questions about unexpected deposits. Should you be concerned if you received one of these surprise payments? The short answer is no. These are legitimate payments from the SSA, and you're entitled to keep the money. However, it's important to understand what this payment represents so you can plan accordingly. This is back pay for benefits you should have received in the past, not an advance on future benefits or a loan that needs to be repaid. The SSA has also confirmed that these payments won't affect your future monthly benefit amounts, which will continue at their current levels. If you haven't received a surprise payment but think you might be entitled to one, what should you do? The SSA recommends that beneficiaries who believe they may have been underpaid contact their local Social Security office or call the National Customer Service Line. However, be prepared for long wait times, as the agency is dealing with an unprecedented volume of calls related to these surprise payments. The best approach is to gather your Social Security statements and payment records from the past 5 years and be prepared to explain any life changes or circumstances that might have affected your benefits during that period. There are also some important tax implications to consider with these surprise payments. Since this money represents Social Security benefits from previous years, it may affect your tax liability for those years. The SSA is working with the IRS to provide guidance on how these payments should be reported, but beneficiaries who receive substantial amounts may want to consult with a tax professional to understand the impact on their tax situation. For people who manage their finances carefully and budget based on their expected Social Security income, these surprise payments can actually create some challenges. What should you do with an unexpected windfall of several $1,000s? Financial advisors generally recommend treating these payments as what they are: back pay for money you were already entitled to. Rather than found money that can be spent freely, consider using these funds to pay down debt, build up your emergency fund, or make necessary home repairs or medical expenses that you've been putting off. The timing of these payments is particularly significant given the current economic climate and the rising cost of living that's affecting Social Security beneficiaries across the country. Many recipients are reporting that these surprise payments couldn't have come at a better time, helping them deal with increased costs for groceries, utilities, and healthcare that have been straining their fixed incomes. Looking forward, the SSA has indicated that this massive correction effort should be largely complete by the end of the current calendar year, meaning that the surge of surprise payments will likely taper off over the next few months. However, the agency has also acknowledged that they're implementing new quality control measures to prevent similar systematic errors from occurring in the future. If you found this information helpful, make sure you're subscribed to our channel because we'll continue following this story and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. We also cover all aspects of Social Security, Medicare, and retirement planning that can help you maximize your benefits and secure your financial future. Have you received one of these surprise payments? Or do you have questions about Social Security benefits that we should address in future videos? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video if it helped answer your questions about these unexpected SSA deposits.